I wish good things to you who's watching this. I am Alexey and I've got a Carcassonne puzzle for you today. This position arose in a real game from the World Team Carcassonne Online Championships in spring 2021. The match is the combined team of Latvia, Lithuania versus France in the group stage. With the black meeples, we have Batal Albotov, the captain of the Latvian-Lithuanian team, with the screen name Mujacella, and with the red meeples, we have the French player with the screen name Squalis. Before we go to the position where I will ask you to pause the video, which is a couple of moves later, let's just assess this position real quick. So roughly equal on the scoreboard, and overall quite balanced. This 7-point road is offset by this 8-point monastery. These two cities for red and black are about to be completed. This city is about to be shared with red and black. And also, red and black each have a meeple in a slightly precarious position. So this one will be quite hard to complete, because this city has quite a few edges and could be blocked. But this meeple over here could also be blocked as well if red manages to finish his city at the top and stick in a piece of road from above over here. The only imbalance in the position is that red has already committed an early field meeple. Currently, this field is worth 0 points because it has no completed cities on it, but with this move, red completes the first city on this field, scores 10 points, get his meeple back, and this field meeple starts scoring. Now black completes his city. Red now gets a city tile and uses it to block off entry points to the potentially shared city. And now black manages to save his meeple and put a city on this small 6-point, put a meeple on this 6-point field, as you should. Now red makes an interesting move and takes this 3-point field over here, anticipating a big field fight. A couple of moves later, black just takes 3 points, natural move, and now red connects the two fields, controlling the main field with 2 meeples, anticipating a big field and hoping to connect these 2 fields and potentially eat up this black meeple over here. So, and now with black, you get this triple city tile. So what do you do with this tile? Find a move that gives you a massive advantage in this game. Pause the video and I will tell you the answer in 3, 2, 1. Well, maybe before telling you the answer, I will try to give you a couple of hints. First of all, if you're a beginner or intermediate player, the first hint for you is you need to use this city tile not as a city. It's not very good for building cities because it has too many edges. So try to change the landscape in a favorable way for you. I'm gonna give you another hint in 3, 2, 1, and the second hint is, before placing this tile, assess the sequence that red played over here. Do you think it was strong, anticipating a big field fight? Do you think it was premature? Do you think something else of it? And based on that, see if you can find the move. So I'm going to tell you the actual solution in 3, 2, 1. So the answer to this question is, of course, this move was a mistake because it was premature. Well, the reason is this field looks big, but it only has 6 points. And this means that it only scores 3 points per meeple. This city for this field meeple for 0 points was also a mistake because, I mean, it's very, very rare that you want to commit a field meeple into a field that doesn't have cities. So in fact, this move was sort of a trap, inducing the opponent to overfarm. And that's why black plays this. This is probably one of my favorite moves that I've seen in the World Team Carcassonne Online Championships because it's just aesthetically so appealing. So it looks weird because black is sort of blocking himself, right? And you know, it looks counterintuitive, but if you think about this field with this small, tiny field is worth the same number of points as this much bigger field over here. And if you look at the potential of the fields, it is not much different because this field doesn't have any patches of green, any open patches of green to start building new cities on. Okay, well, with this tile, red manages to open up some room to build new cities. But in fact, it's not going to grow that big. So that's why black would rather save his meeple over here, make sure that these two fields don't get connected, and that he still scores these small points over here, so 6, potentially 9 in the future. And then with his remaining meeples, instead of fighting for a big field that is just not worth enough points to be fighting for, he will use the meeples to claim other features, such as this 7-point monastery over here, which already is worth more points than this field. And now with the next move, black takes another 6-point field. So you see the situation is now pretty bad for red, because red is scoring 6 points with 2 meeples, but with the same 2 meeples, black is scoring already 12 points. And this city in this field has potential as well. And if we go to the end of the game, I'll just show you how it unfolded. Well, maybe just let's go a couple of moves over here. So as you see, this city starts to brew, and eventually it's going to be completed. So it will be shared, and this meeple will score 9 points. So this is how the position looked at the end of the game. So this meeple ended up scoring 9 points. This big field, supposedly big, it grew only slightly and scored 1, 2, 3, 4 cities, so 12 points. So it's only 3 points more than this field, but red needed to sacrifice 2 meeples for that, while black needed to sacrifice only 1 meeple. And with his spare meeples, black also managed to take 2 fields on top over here, scoring 9 points for this meeple and 6 points for this meeple, for another 15 field points. And this resulted in a massive score of 117 to 87, 30-point difference. And the turning point of the game really was this move over here that separated the small field from another field that looks big but actually small, managed to get a crucial meeple advantage that black successfully converted. By the way, this move had one extra additional bonus to it, because it not only blocked this meeple, but it blocked this and this meeple as well. Well, why it is good if it blocks both red and black at the same time? Well, because black gained the meeple advantage, blocking any shared features is always advantageous for the side that has a meeple advantage, because the more pairs of meeples yours and opponents you can take off the board, the more pronounced your meeple advantage becomes. 4/3 or 3/2 is not as strong as a 2-to-1 meeple advantage, or even a 1-to-0 meeple advantage. And finally, let's summarize what are the lessons that you can learn from this puzzle. Well, first of all, overfarming is a thing. Farms are not always as lucrative, and if you want to be an advanced player, you need to recognize which farms have potential and which don't. And second, it's not the size that matters. This farm was super small, but it scored 9 points, almost just as much as this seemingly very, very big farm over here. Before I end the video, please let me know Which type of content do you prefer more? These shorter videos that are focused on 1 or 2 crucial moves, or longer, thorough games analyses from start to finish, like my last videos? I would greatly appreciate this feedback because I want to make my content as interesting and useful for you as far as possible. And finally, please don't forget to like and subscribe and click all the good buttons. It really helps the YouTube algorithm. I really hope that that the YouTube algorithm can work for us in trying to get more people into competitive Carcassonne. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.